Mu kiseera kino kimenya mateeka okuggyamu omuntu ekimu ku bitundu bye eby'omunda okuweebwa omuntu omulala kakibe kutaasa bulamu. Wabula kino kyolekedde okufuuka olufumo oluvannyuma lwa Paalamenti okuyisa etteeka olwaleero erissayo emitendera kino mwe kirina okukolebwa erituumiddwa Uganda Human Organ Donation and Transplant Bill 2021. Akamu ku bugulumba obubaddemu nga liyisibwa kwe kuba obanga omuntu ow'emyaka 18 asobola okwesalirawo okugaba ekimu ku bitundu bye eby'omunda ng'ensigo eri omuntu omulala.
Parliament changed the constitution and said actually you can be president at 18. So if someone can be a president at 18, making a decision for 45 million people, how then can you attempt to describe that person as a child under care?
Gye kiggweeredde nga bangi ku babaka basazeewo nti ow'emyaka 18 asobola okugaba ebitundu ng'ensigo eri omuntu omulala, wabula ng'okukikola alina kusooka kufuna lukusa okuva mu bazadde be.
If this child is still under your care and he comes back without a kidney, you are the one going to take care of that child. So we are saying if that is going to be the case, at least give me an opportunity to participate in that decision.
Thank you.
And it's just
obulamu bunafuwa abana obujjanjabi bwe yeetaaga asasula bbiiru eyo y'omuzadde atabadde mu kusalawo okwo. Kakati etteeka ne tugamba nti weewaawo nadde oli waggulu w'emyaka 18 naye bw'oli nti oli wansi wa muzadde yakulabirira mu kusalawo konsenti eggibwa ku muntu oyo erina okubaamu eddoboozi ery'omuzadde.
Wabula etteeka ligaanya omuntu aba ali ku njegoyego z'okufa oba afudde okuggibwamu ebitundu bye nga bino okuggyako ng'ab'eŋŋanda ze bakkiriza. Wabaddewo okutya nti wayinza okubaawo abagezigezi abayinza okuvaayo mu bwangu ne bategeeza nti omuntu kumpi afudde.
What has been underground selling of organs and has been happening under the table has now been brought out and now has been made official through a law, and it is governed by law. But now the law that governs it, everything is conducted by the president. So he's going to be the one in charge through the Minister of Health. Now the Minister of Health comes up with a council for the organ trade, which is appointed by the Minister of Health, which means indirectly appointed by the president. And then these are the ones who determine all organ trade and everything to do with the whole trade of organs. And it's considering that there's already been organ trade and has been very illegal and very illicit, and people have been going to hospitals, especially Muragwan Chirudu, people who had accident victims and who had very good organs, and they died mysteriously because people wanted to harvest their organs. That has been happening without a law. Now that is going to be put in a law, and now it will be very difficult for people to go to hospitals and feel safe, especially if you're young and healthy with a functioning kidney, a functioning heart, a functioning pancreas. By the way, some of the things which you can donate include a penis. So if you are gifted by nature, you can go and donate your thing to a Chinese man. It's there, by the way. It talks about all the organs, and it includes penile, which is a penis, and the uterus also. One of the things which I found interesting here is subsection 18 of the law, and it says that's the council of the organ donation. It says a member of the council or of the committee of the council is not personally liable for any act or omission done or omitted to be done in good faith in the exercise of functions. In other words, if somebody who is in charge of the organs does something which is not good and claims they did it in good faith, you cannot hold them personally liable. Now, what this does is this. We know that this government has spent all the years trying to make people poor. But now, having made people poor, and we've showed you that in many places, now what they are doing is they are commercializing poverty. Because you wait and see, because they are going to create a list of people who want organs. And the list is going to be put out there. And then, imagine there is a rich person who wants a heart. And there is a poor person who went to hospital because he broke his leg on a boda, but his heart is good, or his kidneys. And then, do you know what the law says? That the doctor is required by law to do the best to save your life. But in case he doesn't save your life, yeah, then we can take your heart and your kidney. Now imagine the ethical dilemma that is going to present for doctors, where you're trying to save a very poor person who got a simple accident from death, but there's somebody willing to pay 250 million shillings for his kidney. And you are the doctor. And maybe you're going to get a good cut of that. And you've been notified, and even the person, as soon as the person came to hospital, now they are only using Mulago, by the way. Mulago is the only hospital they are using for organ transplant for now. But every hospital has the ability to apply, and they can be co-opted into the organ trade. Every hospital, including private ones, they only have to apply, fill out, meet a few conditions, and they also become a part of it. So I'm trying to tell you that somebody comes to a hospital with a small, something that does not affect his organs. He's not sick of an organ disease. Maybe he has an injury or something like that. And the doctor first gets his blood group, tests his whatever compatibility and what, then knows somewhere there is somebody called Odaka who needs a kidney, and he has 300 million which is willing to pay. And then there is this poor man from the village who is coming here, and yeah, the doctor looks at you and says, but you, why don't you just die? Eh? We have money to make. And that's the ethical dilemma now, where you're totally dependent on the good graces of the doctor. Now, of course, they put things there of you have to go through consent, your relatives have to consent and what, but all those are things which can be done away with, because the council actually has a lot of power over all of this. Now, the ethical dilemma it's going to create, because across the world, do you know that 8 million people across the world are being trafficked for organ trade, especially